Hello everyone, and welcome to today's video. In this video, we're going to explore the question of who lost World War II. It's a controversial topic with no easy answer, but we'll examine the different perspectives and try to come to a conclusion. The most obvious answer to the question of who lost World War II is the Axis powers. Germany, Japan, and Italy were defeated by the Allied powers in 1945, marking the end of the war. The Axis powers were responsible for starting the war, committing numerous atrocities, and causing immense suffering around the world. Their defeat was a decisive victory for the Allied powers, and the responsibility for the war's outcome rests primarily on their shoulders. However, some argue that the question of who lost World War II is more complex than a simple Axis versus Allied powers dichotomy. The Allies, while ultimately victorious, also made mistakes and committed atrocities during the war. The bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, for example, is widely criticized as unnecessary and inhumane. Additionally, the war could have been prevented if the Western powers had acted more decisively in response to the rise of fascism in Europe. Another perspective on the question of who lost World War II is that it was the ordinary people who lost the most. The war caused untold suffering, death, and displacement for millions of people around the world. The civilians caught in the crossfire of the war, particularly in Europe and Asia, experienced some of the worst atrocities and were left to rebuild their lives and communities from the rubble. So, who lost World War II? The answer is complex and multifaceted. The Axis powers were ultimately defeated by the Allied powers, but the Allies also made mistakes and committed atrocities. Ultimately, it was the ordinary people who suffered the most, and the war left an indelible mark on the world. It's important to remember the lessons of World War II and strive for peace and understanding in the world today. Thank you for watching, and please feel free to share your thoughts on this topic in the comments below.